guys, welcome back to my channel. It is smokedalive, and today we're doing this look right here. This is a very icy, Ice Queen, Winter Wonderland look. I usually go for like the reds and the greens for Christmas, which is awesome, but I wanted to do something different this year and very cool toned and icy. So here it is. I hope you guys enjoy this tutorial, and if you would like to know how I got this look, then just keep watching. We're going to go in with the shade Tall Gray from the Alien palette. I'm just going to be buffing this in the crease. So we're having this like insane windstorm, so I'm praying to the Lord Jesus himself that these lights will not go out, because everyone I know's power's out except for mine. So let's hope my lights don't go out, because I'm going to be real mad. So since I used the Alien palette in my last tutorial, I'm going to switch it up and go in with the Kat Von D Metal Matte palette, and we're going to go in with the shade right here, which is Stone. I'm just going in with a Morphe buffing brush, very similar to the MAC 217. And I'm just going to start packing this in the crease. So I'm having a little bit of patchiness issues with the Kat Von D shade, which is funny because I didn't notice beforehand when I used it. But now that I've used the Jeffree Star palette and seen the difference in formula, I'm like, it's patchy. It's not that bad, but you know what I mean. You use a palette that's better and then you're like, I know I'm bouncing around, but we're going to go in with the shade Black Dagger from the Urban Decay Smoky palette. Just kidding, it's Black Market. I'm just taking a Morphe 139 brush and I'm going to start packing this in the outer corner. The reason I'm going in with this shade first is it's kind of like a shimmery gray black. And so we're going to deepen it up even more, but I want this more shimmery gray black. I'm actually going to go in with my finger towards the back. Okay, now from there, we're going to add Jet from the Metal Matte palette. See how much deeper that is? Just going to add even more definition and the ombre effect throughout the eye. From there, we're going to take this concealer, and we're not doing like a full cut crease. Like, I'm not going to bring it up super high. I just want to make sure that when we put down this silver shade, there's no black interfering with it. I guess black or gray. And it just gives it a chance for it to pop just a little bit more. But that's kind of like all I'm doing. Like, I'm not bringing it out. I don't want it to be a cut crease. Okay, so from there, we're going to go in with the ColourPop shadow in Liberty. It's like literally straight metallic silver. So pretty. Look at that. Woo! This is literally liquid silver. I'm just going to be packing this on with a Sedona 305 brush. What I'm doing is poking this with a 904 little pencil brush. And then I'm just running along this line to make it look a little bit less harsh. And then fill that in with shadow. I don't know if you guys can tell already how much less harsh that is. While I let that dry, because it's a little bit tacky, I'm going to go in with the shade Linen from the Kat Von D palette. Just taking this tiny little Morphe brush. I'm just going to kind of pop this along the brow bone just to add a little extra zhizh. It's going to help that brow bone stand out without using any shimmer. Okay, so this is literally like my favorite thing ever. I've had this since I was like 15. Don't judge me. I know that's really gross. But it says like Truco on it, and I've never been able to find this, and it's in the shade Moonstruck. If any of you know like what this brand is, because I've looked it up and I can't find it. But it's like this incredible glittery pressed pigment that's just like the prettiest thing I've literally ever used in my life, and I don't understand why there's not more of this. It's like little snowflakes. Oh, it's so pretty. And I'm going to start popping that over the silver because I want it to be a little bit more white and glittery than I do silver. Like I said, messiest shadow ever, but it's beautiful. Next, we're going to take the shade Dagger right here, and we're just going to blend this silver and the black together. This has like a really pretty like slate blue gray effect to it. Oh my gosh, guys. I've been trying to figure out why I can't see through this mirror and why it's so terrible. I'm dumb. And I'm just tapping lightly so we're not going too harsh. I'm going to go ahead and do my wing liner with the Kat Von D ink liner, and I'm going to clean up this mess, and then we're going to go ahead and finish off the face and then go back to the eyes. Alright, this is a completely different day. This is actually like 3 days later, because if you have not heard, if you don't follow me on Instagram, which you should, my power went out and it was out for days, and then I didn't have time to refilm this, so now it is 3 days later, and I did my eyes off camera, and we're back where I think I left off, hopefully. Okay, so we're going to be using the Becca Backlight Priming Filter as usual. Whoo! That was cold. Do you guys see that? What is that? I don't know what that is, but I hope that doesn't turn into something. We're going to be using the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Foundation. I'm in the shade Shell Ivory. We're just going to be blending this in with the Real Techniques sponge. I need a new one. This is starting to fall apart. I have not used this primer under this foundation, so I might end up liking it more than I have in the past. That would be cool, because it was just always a little bit too dry on me. What the heck? I just put a brand new battery in here and it says it's dying. Ah! This video is out to get me. So basically all my batteries decided to just be like, oh, I'm done. I'm not going to charge anymore. So due to that, I already had wet foundation on my face like you guys saw, so I did have to do my concealer and set it. So I used the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer that I always use, and then the Maybelline Fit Me Powder, which you guys have been seeing me use lately. And what the heck, I usually don't like this foundation. This looks so good, and it's so full coverage, and I literally look like perfect. Like, my pores are so small, my texture's so evened. I'm like, why did I not like this? We're going to go ahead and use the Butter Bronzer by Physicians Formula, and I'm just using the Wet n Wild brush. So I always pull my headband back so I can get all the way around the forehead. I kind of gave myself a helmet there. I'm going to have to blend that out a little bit. Okay, so I've said this before, if you ever do that, just add a little bit of powder and kind of brush it over the top of it, and it should tone it down a little bit. I'm going to take it back and use the Kat Von D Shade and Light Contour Kit. Who gets in a makeup rut? Me. Like, I will use the same thing for like a year before I move on. As usual, we're going to use the RCMA powder to carve out the cheekbones. I feel like in this day and age, we feel like we can't be in a makeup rut in that sense. Because with social media, there's so many new products that come out that we feel like we always need the next best thing. When in reality, you just need to get what works for you and then use it. But I get it because I'm a makeup person. I love buying new products and all of that, but you don't always need it. It is time for blush. We're moving on to the MAC Breath of Plum blush. Blush. I do love this blush. It's very pigmented. We're going to go ahead and dust away this excess powder. We're going to go in with the Moonchild highlighter palette, and I'm going to go in with the shade, where am I? Star. Oh, that is perfect for this. I just want to be very icy. Like, we're going for like Ice Queen. I want to look like I reign in the South Pole, like me and Santa are rivals, alright? I keep forgetting I have a new way that I'm doing my nose, and it's taking this white brush right here. It's a Morphe one. It doesn't have a name. It just helps center this a little bit more, and then I highlight the sides of my nose as well. I really wish this had a mirror on it. I'm going to take the shade Blue Ice, and I'm just taking like the tiniest bit And I'm going to pop it right towards the front, and that is it. This robe always just likes to do its own thing and come undone. Okay, it is time to line the waterline. I'm just using the Kat Von D liner. Any eyeliner you have will do. Go ahead and pop it in there. I am spilling all of my makeup brushes. So with the same small Morphe brush, we're just taking that black shadow and we're just going to start dragging it down. With the Morphe pencil brush, we're just going to start buffing out that black with the shade Stone. Now I'm just buffing this out with the shade Tall Gray from the Jeffree Star palette. To add a little bit of glitter, we're going to go in with the shade Armor from the Smoky palette with a little bit of slanted right here. It's a little bit more like icy gray. We're just going to take a little bit. So I told my dad I have a conspiracy theory while I was filming my Jeffree Star Alien palette video that I'm allergic to fluorescent lights. And apparently everybody is. And that's like, our bodies are not meant to take in this amount of light. So it makes you get nauseous. It can make you feel tired. It can make you sneezy. And I'm like, so basically, I feel like I'm killing myself by filming. Right. It is time for the inner corner. We're going to go ahead and use Blue Ice from the Moonstone. Is it the Moonchild palette? And we're going to put that right in the inner corner. Okay, we're going to go ahead and apply mascara. This is a more dramatic look, so make sure your lashes are nice and coated for your falsies that you're going to be putting on. I got black all over my pink thing. How sad. While we let the mascara dry, we're going to go ahead and do our brows. This is the Bushy Brow Precision pen in Brownie. So now we're going to go ahead and let those dry and set before we put eyelash glue, or not eyelash glue. What is it called? Eyebrow gel. Holy cow, that took me a while. We're going to put on our lashes. We're using the House of Lashes lash glue, and what's funny is I kind of have like a love-hate relationship with this lash glue. Like, there's days that I absolutely love it, and then there's other days where I just hate it. While our lashes dry, we're going to go in with the e.l.f. brow gel, and we're going to go ahead and brush our brows straight up. We're going to be using the NYX Suede lip liner in the shade Stone Fox. But we're going to go in with the Wet n Wild Mega Liquid Catsuit lipstick in Sleepy Hollow. Now, NYX does have one that literally matches this. It's the Lip Suede, but I wanted to have matte. Okay, so I know I'm setting my face, but this is not the end. We're going to go ahead and set this, and then we've got to do some stuff to the hair, and we're going to add some jewels and potentially something else on this lip. Okay, so I got all these stickers from Michaels. So what I'm going to be doing is just placing them on the wig. Now, obviously, if you only have like a $2,000 wig, don't do this because it's going to get a little bit sticky. But I'm just going to start placing this all over the wig to add a very cool, like, Ice Queen effect. I mean, hopefully it's cool. We'll see. Alright guys, this is the finished look. I hope you enjoyed this Ice Queen tutorial, and I hope you have a very Merry Christmas, and I will see you guys next week.